teaching this course in music journalism, and Beatles are at the heart of that course, so it just made sense. We have a Lennon anniversary here, we have a new movie, and the film company was happy to do a screening, so it just made sense. As a Beatle film, it's actually really quite good, and the first thing you want to say about it is that it gets more right than wrong. So you have really great performances and a script that condenses down to this central conflict. And the third thing to say about it that's really great is that all the setting is very well done. I've been there, I've been to Mendips, I've been to Liverpool. All of the places you see these people interacting, they all look exactly like the house where Lennon grew up in, the church where he met Paul McCartney. I think John Lennon would have made just this fantastically entertaining, wonderful, funny old man. If you think about it, he would be 70, okay? So John Lennon at 70, I mean, he would be this cranky, outspoken, hilarious. And if you thought he was freewheeling when he was young, I mean, he was the loose cannon. He was the guy who was going to say what he thought and disrupt all of society's conventions, you know, when he was 21. His last album, Double Fantasy, is aesthetically, it's a very conservative record. And I think he would have stayed in that mode because he was more comfortable in that mode. And he had pushed the envelope as much as he could have with the Beatles. I think he would have dabbled at production, he would have produced younger artists, he would have found other people to collaborate with. He would have been very active. This is a guy who was really, really fascinated by culture, wanted to participate in as much culture as he possibly could. And he would have worked with his son Sean, because Sean, you know, makes records, writes songs and stuff. And I think so that would have been a fascinating band. John, Yoko, and Sean, together again at the Las Vegas Sands. So my name is Tim Riley, and I'm journalist in residence at Emerson College. And I teach several different courses here. Images of News, which is about how pictures are the primary storytelling medium of our era. And I teach a course called Introduction to Music Criticism. And that's where my heart is, that's my main thing. I'm a music critic, and I've written several books on rock history, and I'm also a commentator for NPR. I don't think there's a better reason to be a journalist than to be passionate about it, right? I mean, these days, you're not going to be a journalist because you're chasing big money. You're going to be a journalist because you care a lot about storytelling, and you care a lot about the kinds of information that people get and how that information gets produced and disseminated. The way people absorb and consume their information is undergoing radical change right now, and it's fascinating to watch.